All these people right here are the Antifa of Portland. All in black.
You come back, I'm gonna fucking smoke you, dude.
Really?
Yes.
You have a sniper lasered on you right now.
I don't give a
Stop it.
For Portland, this is our mother. Keep it weird.
Portland is set to erupt right now. You have thousands of people out here protesting here in the streets of Portland, Oregon. Donald Trump has said this is war ravaged and is sending into the streets of Oregon the federal government, and has said the feds can use full force against Antifa, who is now declared as a terrorist organization. Right now you have thousands of people here on the streets yelling, "Fight back," to the federal government. And here in Portland, Oregon, you have an ICE detention facility center that has been occupied by Antifa and protesters for more than 100 days. And assaults on ICE agents is up 1,000% since Trump took office for his second term. Who knows what will happen here in Portland? We're going to interview some of these protesters, and then we'll be going to that same ICE detention facility center where Antifa has one of their strongholds here in the United States. Antifa is now declared as a terrorist organization. Who knows what will happen? And now let's go hit the streets of Portland, Oregon, and go talk to these protesters. So right now you have the governor of Oregon.
All right. Before he continues on, most of you know, or most of my subscribers, if you've been here for any long length of time, I recently relocated from Portland, Oregon, to Atlanta, and I lived in California, born and raised in California, Bay Area to be exact. Then moved to Oregon, Portland, and so I'm very familiar with the area. Lived there for a very long time. I even have investments there, real estate. So I feel like I can speak a lot to the issue, or to the what's going on there right now. But before I do that, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate you guys. The channel is growing. I'm very happy with it, and it seems like we found a rhythm. All right. This is a long video. I'm going to shorten it up, and we'll just kind of get through it very quickly, or attempt to get through it quickly and give some thoughts and opinions about it as we chunk through this thing, because it's like half hour long, and I don't want to view this video that long. And I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to go watch the full length thing at your leisure. Having said that, let me just state this right out of the gate. While I don't agree with everything that Portland does, and some of their policymakers and some of their laws, I think, are just a little wild, in terms of, you're just not a very business friendly state and city, particularly into the business that I do. And it's not that, and I understand like their heart behind some of this stuff, but I think it's a little misguided, in my opinion. That anyways, without even getting into all that, because it's not that what this is about. My point is, yes, I think Portland has issues for sure. I also think Portland is a town, and most people call it the city. It's not really a city. It's small. It's a town that kind of fell into city, and I think as soon as it started to grow, it experienced a lot of problems that some bigger cities experience. And when I first got there, and this is a long time ago, I don't remember exactly when, but when I first got there, it was probably one of the cleanest cities that I ever been to in my life. I went to, even growing up in California, LA, the Bay Area, San Francisco, all the places, just, they could be very dirty. But when I got to Portland, I was like, wow, this place is like untouched. It was clean, and I think even the mayor at that time, was it Kitsoff? I want to say, I think so. I thought he was a fantastic mayor, honestly. And Portland, true Portlanders, has always been more of a what is it called? I wouldn't say Democrat or Republican, but more like a libertarian kind of view mindset. Smaller government, like, leave us alone, let us, kind of police ourselves and live and let live type of vibes, which is kind of what I would say a lot of even the old school people, that's why they love it there, is because it's always been like, you can truly go to Portland and just do you without fear of like, I don't know, having to subscribe to one or the other, right? Left or right. It's like more independent, right? That's kind of the vibe that's always been in Oregon. And, for whatever reason, it was great. It worked out a lot. But then it just went too far one direction. And I think they just lost themselves a lot. And they're still trying to figure that out. And I think because of well, now they've had a lot of people leave, myself included, just because of it just got harder and harder. And just the way that things were ran, it was like, I didn't see a future there. Great place to go visit if you want to go do that. And, I think that's a great time if you're into the outdoor stuff. But I say all that to say that I don't think what's happening in Portland right now was necessary. Uh, I do think what's necessary is they need to have a serious conversation about what it looks like to actually balance their budget and what it looks like to actually like support some of their different institutions and local businesses. So I don't know. Let's get into this, and I'll be able to kind of massage this idea a little bit more as we progress. But yeah, I'm not one to like totally poo-poo on Portland, but I just think it's kind of not. It's mismanaged, in my opinion. And I know they just got a new mayor. I don't know much about them, and I know the new governor is in. So they're having to kind of figure this thing out, but I it's harder to do business, and they don't take it seriously. Well, I don't want to say they don't take it seriously, but they just it's weird, for lack of a better word, no pun intended. But yeah, let's get into the video.
Chanting, troops in Oregon, we say no. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Governor Bash, what's your message to Donald Trump for sending in the feds into Portland?
I had a press conference today. There's a statement online.
Well, could you give us one right now?
No, you can fill you in later. Thank you.
Oh, come on, Governor Bash. Is this what democracy looks like?
It's Tina Kotek.
All right, the governor will not give a statement. Now they're chanting, whose streets? Our streets. What do you guys think about the feds coming into Portland?
It's wrong. It's completely wrong.
They say this is the stronghold of Antifa here in the United States, Portland, Oregon. Is Antifa a terrorist, do you think?
No, because Antifa, anti-fascism is an ideology. It's not one thing you can attribute. If anti-fascists are showing up against your administration, what does that say about your admin?
And here, do you think the feds are needed to take down Antifa?
Doesn't look like it to me. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Do you think Antifa is a terrorist organization?
I don't think Antifa plays any role in it whatsoever. Where's Antifa? Are they here? I don't know who they are. I'm just a proud American veteran who is fighting fascism. What's happening in our government is wrong. It's anti-American, and any patriotic American should be out here just demonstrating against what's happening.
The largest and most known fascist in world history is Hitler. Where would you rank Trump?
If you look at the first 2 or 3 years of Hitler's rise to power, he did not imprison as many people as Trump has.
So Trump's imprisoned more people than Hitler in his first 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, exactly. To what, 2,000-3,000 people a day? That's far less than were imprisoned during the first 2 years of Hitler in Nazi Germany.
Do you think bringing the feds was necessary here to Portland?
No.
All right,
What do you guys think about Antifa, him declaring Antifa?
Totally.
So these people right here are anti-fascist. That's an ideology. But the group of Antifa is different. That's who Donald Trump has declared as terrorists. The organization of Antifa, the group of people that receive funding from groups to then go out and incite political violence against their opposition, as they are part of the group of in the organization of Antifa. Most of these people just have the ideology of being anti-fascist, which is not a bad thing. Nobody supports fascism, and nobody wants violence, or nobody wants a fascist dictator here in the United States. But the difference is between these people and Antifa is an organization who have now been declared as terrorists. These people, these old boomers right here, are not terrorists. They have the ideology of being anti-fascist, and they believe Trump is a king and a dictator, but I would not consider these people as terrorists. So you have that protest going on, and now we're heading over to the main protest, where a rally from Antifa is set to take place, as they have been controlling and occupying the outside of this ICE detention facility center for over 100 days.
Okay, I can agree with some of the statements here, but I'm familiar with the ICE detention center that they are, I guess, taken over, as so they say. Driven past it many a years on my way to work. Um, Having said that, again, I just want to live in a place that is balanced, and I don't know why that's so hard to find these days. Everything is so extreme either way, and I think that the more and more we are divided, and hey, you on this team, I'm on this team, I think that that in itself is you're never gonna win. No, none of us. Th- Think about it from an economic perspective. Take your feelings out of this. 20% of our economy right now is being upheld or is functioning. I'm sorry, 20% of our population is basically supporting our economy. That means 80% of us are just like we don't really factor into the equation. So if I can keep the 80% occupied on other things while the 20% is what I'm really catering to and I have their best interest and I can, you know, funnel a lot more their direction and have the 80% occupied on their daily lives trying to make it, and following every single thing that pops up on the radar on social media. And that's in my opinion, that's the plan. And I think until us as Americans kind of wake up and realize that that's the case, I don't see anything changing. We may not agree on everything, but nor should we. But I do think we can come together and say, look, we all want a safe place for our kids. We all want to put food on our table. Safety is a thing. And we want good schools. We want good food in our schools. We want to be able to have discretionary income after all of our expenses are met. We would love to take some trips and vacations a couple times a year. We want to 10x our discretionary income. Maybe we want to be able to, have some simple pleasures. Not everything needs to be so extreme. And I think, in my opinion, like that's where the answer is and that's where it lies. And I don't see anyone really talking about that right now. Everyone's like so extreme either direction, and it's taking swings back and forth and digs at each other and blah 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 blah. Distraction, distraction, distraction. And it's like at some point we got to wake up. At some point you think that okay, we all can't be crazy or bad people. I don't think all people Republicans are crazy and bad people. I don't think all people on the Democratic side are crazy and bad people. The middle is where it's at. And until our elected officials, state and local, federal level, all start working, we need to hold them accountable to start working for the American people and what's in our best interest. We should not be out here struggling to try and get ahead and make a life for ourselves. Not saying like, you're responsible for your decisions as you should be, but you should also, I don't know, you shouldn't have to, be a part of some club. No, it's like, let's chase ideas. Let's flush it out. Let's network. That's what I don't understand why these politicians don't network, why they're just getting rich. You don't have to come to my house. You don't have to spend Christmas together. But look, maybe you know, my state has something your state needs and vice versa. Okay. Can we make a deal there? You take this, I'll take this, and hey, call it good. See you later. I don't see why that's so hard for them to do. It almost makes you think like maybe this is strategic to be this dysfunctional. So we really got to open our eyes and look at the bigger picture here, because I think we're getting hoodwinked left and right. Um, and yeah, until we do, until we wake up and realize I don't see. But back to Portland, yes, Portland has a severe homeless problem, and they can't balance the budget to save their life. They need help. They need some strong leadership, and they got some hard decisions they got to make because their tax base is leaving. They spent over, I think I did a video on here. They spent over 700 and it was north of $700 million, almost a billion, on this homeless problem. And you go there, you would never think that they had any money for the homeless problem. That's a problem. Someone needs to be held accountable for that. Who got paid? And more importantly, like who was responsible for managing this money to make sure that we were going to address this? Because I don't care what no one says, a city the size of Portland, which is what I think 500,000, and you could spend over $1 million. Listen, you telling me you can solve it, you can solve it, or you need to pay it back. And the taxes are high, cost of living is high, and they can't. The school, I was just doing another video on it. The school, I think their Portland public schools are over budget to the tune of $40 million. It's like, what are you guys doing? Someone's falling asleep at the wheel, and I think we need to be honest here. Like, all of those things are fair, but I don't know if this is the correct response. That's just my opinion. I've been rambling, but anyway, let's get through this video.
And who knows what's going to happen here. We're heading over right now. All right, we made it here to the ICE detention facility.
Oh, he fits right in.
Here you have all the protesters. They're all outside of the ICE detention facility. Put the mask on, we don't want to blow cover too quickly. So this right here is the ICE detention facility center where they do hold illegal migrants once ICE has gone out and got them. And right here you see all the protesters. These guys, for instance, are all in black. They do not want to show their face. Those are potential members of ANTIFA. ANTIFA has had control.
Touching them. Don't fucking touch you. Don't fucking touch you. We can be here just as much as you can be here, motherfucker.
That is true. We do have the right to be here.
You guys don't run shit, motherfucker.
All right.
They hit a pedestrian.
Oh my God! You won't be able to get.
She hit a pedestrian. If you do not arrest this woman, you are complicit with this fucking administration.
She's scaring me.
She hit a pedestrian. Are you going to arrest her or are you going to continue
We can't hear anything
with this bullshit
This
administration?
is wild right now. You have the police going. You have these guys mad at me for filming this. This lady's crying. These people are mad at me for filming right here. This guy's mad at me for filming.
After hitting a protester.
I'm so scared. I feel threatened by
Oh, you're so scared. You're so fucking scared. You kept doing this shit.
Somebody stamped the car with Trump Gestapo, not welcome. Now this lady's trying to get out. What's your message to these protesters, ma'am?
Get a job. Get a job. I didn't run anybody over.
The protesters wouldn't let her go through.
I know, it's ridiculous. Just let her go through.
Yeah, that's all she was trying to do, go through the road. And then she got swarmed.
Which is crazy. It's so stupid. Anyway.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. At some point, I did love this city, and then you get frustrated and you see things like this, and you have to remember, like, this again, going back to what I'm saying, if they can get you divided and distract you, they've already won. Yeah, this video, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. You guys let me know what you think. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm off. You know, we'd love to know what you guys think, but I don't think this is a right or left issue. I think all of our American cities need some love, and they need to be held accountable for sure. I agree with that 100%. When you spend, I think federal level as well. I don't think you should go to Washington and become a millionaire instantly, and and have a nice stock portfolio. I just think it's wrong. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please just don't forget to subscribe and share, comment, and let me know what you guys think. All right, take care. Bye.